Hello, welcome to another video. So you can see there we've got the two Voge out today. So I'm on the 800, the DS800X Rally, and my dad's on the 300 Rally. So we've brought these out, we're still running them in, so we've just come out today for a nice ride out on the back roads, steady away. So the reason we've got these bikes, I already have a Himalayan 411 and the KTM 1290, so this sort of sits right in the middle of those two. This is going to be for longer touring, but with an off-road focus like the TET and the ACT. So this should handle the off-road stuff better and easier than the 1290, but also have a bit more power and off-road kind of focus than the Himalayan. Don't get me wrong, the Himalayan will be absolutely fine on the off-road stuff, probably better than this, but this will handle the on-road sections better. And my dad has the 300 Rally here, which is a lot lighter and be a lot more nimble and better to cope with the off-road sections of the TET and the ACT, but also some of the green laning around our area in the Lake Districts. So as you can see there, the difference really between them is the 800 is a much bigger bike. It's got more fancy gear on it and things like that, but the 300 is all about the weight and how well it will handle the trails. Oh, synchronized starting. We both started the bikes at exactly the same time. So I've done 120 miles now. So we've just come up the coast on the back roads for a bit. We just stopped off. I've had something to eat and something to drink, and we're just going to be on our way again now. It's actually warmed up quite a bit today. It's now 19 degrees. Normally on my chin camera, my front facing camera, I have that set at ultra wide. Gives a perspective of speed and whatnot, but today I'm just running it on a normal sort of lens, normal angle. It's not really about speed today, it's just chilling out and putting some miles on these bikes, getting them running, ready for the first service at 600 miles. Quick wee stop in Gosforth, and then we're going to be on our way again. Right, let's roll. Look at that, burnt down recently. Well, I don't know which way he went, so let's hope he went this way. Well, we've got split up because I was faffing around with the camera and I don't know which way we were going, so I don't think he's gone this way, but not to worry. Oh no. This is where you realise the weight of it. There we go, over the hump. This is not the way I wanted to be going. I kind of feel like I'm committed now. This is the sort of roads that this bike is awesome on. So heading towards Wasdale now, not intentionally. I took the wrong turn in. So that over there, the slab in front of us, that's Ilgill Head. And the scree that comes down there leads into Wasdale. Now straight in front of us, in the clouds, that would be Scarfell and Scarfell Pike. But you can't see them very well. But that's Scarfell directly in front of us. But it's in the clouds. I'm motoring on a little bit because I'm going in the wrong direction. I need to get down here and then take the right turn in so I can go back towards Eskdale and back the way that I should be going. Watch yourself, sheepies. Slow down, slow down. So I did notice a few times going over little humps and bumps, the traction control does kick in quite a bit. So I put it in the sports mode, see if that makes any difference. But I think it'd be one of those where you really should be switching traction control off unless you need it. But I'll be under the impression that it's going to be a little too obtrusive, especially when you're going over little bumps and it's trying to pop a wheelie and slide a little bit. I suppose it depends on your confidence levels. If you're happy with the bike weaving underneath you, sliding around, getting a bit loose, it does seem like it kicks in a bit too much. Right, so we're down here now at the Wasdale. We are going to turn right and go back the way we should have been, but see the TCS light just comes on a little bit there. What's yourself, CP? Thank you. You've just got to be careful on roads like this that there's nothing coming in the other direction that you can't see. You've got to make sure you can stop if you need to. I've no doubt in my ability to slow down and go around corners, but if you don't slow down enough and there's a car coming in the other direction, you could be in big trouble. This is a nice little campsite here, the old post office campsite. It's good for getting down to Wasdale and places like that. So I spoke to my dad on the phone. We did go different ways, but we should be meeting here at this pub, the Bridge Inn. Here he comes, this is him, I recognise that sound. Alright, I'll go and catch him up then. I've turned traction control off now, so I'm going to just be a bit more cautious. The backlights on that 300 Rally are very bright, I can tell you that much. I was thinking before that the brake light was stuck on, but when the brakes do come on, it's even brighter. Like that. It's almost like you can hear me. Well, I had a nice little detour down to Wasdale, which is pretty full at the minute due to all the weather we've been having. Hard Knot Pass. So if you were to turn left there, that takes you over Hard Knot Pass. Not something we'll be doing today, this time of day, but we'll certainly give that road a run out one day, either on this or the Himalayan probably. Well, this is Berkefell. Not quite as steep as Hard Knot Pass. Some more blue sky over there. And above us. We've managed to avoid all the rain. There's been a bit of a few wet puddles and some water going across the road, a bit of spray, but other than that we've managed to avoid all the weather. But on a pair of adventure bikes, you've got to get them quite dirty at some point. Might as well be now. Looks like those sheep are eating out of the grip bin. They must be wanting to have some salt. I think there's a help yourself kind of cake spot down here. Beware of soft gravel. We're up now at Crosby Farm. They've got a lovely little seating area and coffee and cakes and things. We're a bit late in the day, so it's closed at the moment, but it's a lovely spot in the summer to stop off and get yourself some coffee, food and cakes. And they do have like homemade cakes and free range eggs over there, so we'll go and have a look inside there and see see if there's anything left. So let's have a look what's behind door number 1. Wow, wow, woo, wow. Hey, there's all sorts. There's some brownies, some Biscoff Rocky Road, chocolate brownies, cranberry and pumpkin seed flapjack, shortbread, and eggs and water. I don't think I'll be fitting any of those in my pocket today, but yeah, I'm surprised that they've got any there at this time of day. And there's just like an honesty box there for a slot for you to put your money in. Yeah, very good. The Crosby snack shed and cake cupboard. We've been out now for an hour or two, both bikes going well. The main criticism that I would have of the 800 Rally so far is the traction control. I've just not been happy with how much it kicks in on these little back roads, just going over humps and bumps. It just seems to halt progress a bit too much for my liking. So I have turned it off, and let's just hope that that doesn't make me come unstuck. These gloves are borderline, way too much for today. My hands aren't too hot, but they're alright. I've not even got the batteries in to power them on, but we don't need them for today, that's for sure. Right, let's go again. Unfortunately, I didn't have any change, so I couldn't get any homemade cakes, but I also don't have any way of carrying them other than in my pocket, which probably wouldn't be a good idea. Yeah, it's a good road for an adventure bike over Birkerfell. It just feels like you wouldn't want to be on a sports bike, and there's lots of bumps and switchbacks and puddles and gravel and sheep shit on the road. An adventure bike just feels like where you want to be at. So now I've switched the ignition off and back on, the traction control's now back to normal and back on again, and I don't think I can switch it off now unless I was to stop. So we'll just leave it on. Cool little switchback. I'm just in first gear, just letting the engine braking do the slowing down for me. All this gravel here must be from the runoff from water, I guess, because it's probably chucked it down and turned that road into a river. Well, that's us both done about 60 miles today on the Voge 300 Rally and the 800 Rally. So we're still both running these bikes in, they're only a week old. So we've just got a few hundred miles more to do before they go for their first service. And we're nearly back at the main road now after doing some of these back roads over some of the nice fells and around the Lake District. We've been over Birkerfell, and now this is the Dudden Valley and Eskdale. So thanks very much for watching and coming along on this first ride out together on these two new bikes. If you've liked that content and you want to see some more of these mini adventures and see more of the Voge 300, the 800, the 900 and the Himalayan, we can compare and contrast all these different bikes. So if you do have any questions or anything you'd like to see or compare between these bikes, please let us know in the comments below. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be really great for the channel, and I will look forward to seeing you again. There's the sunshine coming out just this evening. The sunshine's coming out now just as we're heading home. It's been a great day out on these two bikes, both fantastic in their own right. So thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.